Imagine the halls of justice, officers in uniform, a minister under scrutiny, a country in crisis. The Commission of Inquiry, chaired by Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga, was established to investigate serious allegations of corruption, political interference, and organised crime within South Africa's policing and justice system. The findings of this inquiry could reshape how the state fights crime by exposing weaknesses, holding powerful figures accountable, and recommending reforms to strengthen integrity in law enforcement and the judiciary. This commission matters because it goes to the heart of public trust in South Africa's justice system. If corruption and political interference are influencing how police and courts operate, it undermines the rule of law, meaning ordinary citizens can no longer rely on the system to protect them all. In short, the Commission's outcomes will determine whether South Africa can restore confidence in its justice system and ensure that no one is above the law. In South Africa, a commission of inquiry is a special, high-level investigation established when the normal systems of accountability such as internal departmental investigations or parliamentary oversight are considered inadequate or too limited to deal with a serious issue. These commissions are usually appointed by the President under the Commissions Act of 1947 to look into matters of major public concern, such as corruption, governance failures, or human rights abuses. They have the power to summon witnesses, gather evidence, and hold hearings in order to uncover the truth. Although a commission of inquiry cannot prosecute or enforce its recommendations, its findings often play a crucial role in shaping reforms, influencing public opinion, and restoring trust in government institutions. South Africa has a long history of using commissions of inquiry to confront major national crises and uncover the truth behind complex issues. Notable examples include the Zondo Commission State Capture Inquiry, established in 2018 and chaired by Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. It investigated widespread corruption and the abuse of state resources during former President Jacob Zuma's administration. The Commission's findings exposed deep-rooted political and corporate interference in government institutions and state-owned enterprises. The Marikana Commission of Inquiry, chaired by retired Judge Ian Farlam, it investigated the tragic events of August 2012 when police shot and killed 34 striking mineworkers at Marikana. The Commission examined police conduct, labour relations, and the responsibility of mining companies and government officials. These historic inquiries helped shape South Africa's democratic accountability by uncovering systemic failures, recommending reforms, and reinforcing the principle that no institution or individual is above the law. Despite their significant powers, commissions of inquiry in South Africa have clear limits. They can summon witnesses, compel testimony under oath, and demand documents or evidence, giving them strong investigative authority. However, they cannot prosecute, punish, or enforce their findings. Instead, a commission's role is to uncover facts and make recommendations to the President or relevant authorities. It is then up to law enforcement agencies, prosecutors, or policymakers to act on those recommendations. In other words, a commission of inquiry can expose the truth, but it cannot deliver justice on its own. This matters because commissions of inquiry play a crucial role in shaping public trust in South Africa's democracy. When a commission succeeds by uncovering the truth, holding powerful figures accountable, and prompting real reform, it can restore public confidence in government and the rule of law. People begin to believe that justice is possible and that institutions can correct themselves. But when a commission fails through delays, lack of action on its recommendations, or political interference, it can deepen public cynicism, reinforcing the belief that inquiries are just talk with no real consequences. Ultimately, the credibility and impact of these commissions determine whether they serve as tools for accountability and renewal or symbols of empty promises. On July 6, 2025, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi held a press briefing in Durban at which he made several explosive claims. He alleged that the Senzo Mshunu, then Minister of Police, and Shadrack Sibiya, Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection, colluded to interfere with police operations. He claimed that a specialized task team, the Political Killings Task Team PKTT, investigating politically motivated killings in KwaZulu-Natal, was disbanded or had its mandate severely restricted under ministerial direction. He alleged involvement of organized crime syndicates in the suppression of investigations and said the influence of those networks reached into policing, prosecution, and the judiciary. AP News. The briefing triggered immediate responses. The South African Human Rights Commission (SARC) noted the allegations and called for a commission of inquiry. Key claims from the July 2025 media briefing: collusion with organised crime. Senior police officers, prosecutors, and intelligence officials were allegedly working with a criminal syndicate to obstruct investigations into politically connected crimes. Compromised law enforcement. High-level officials within SAPS and the prosecuting authority were allegedly part of a network that manipulated investigations, delayed cases, or suppressed evidence. Threat to state integrity. These actions, if true, indicate systemic weaknesses that could undermine the state's ability to fight crime and erode public trust in the justice system. Mkhwanazi stated that 121 case dockets from the Political Killings Task Team PKTT, which was investigating politically motivated killings in KwaZulu-Natal, were removed from the unit and reassigned elsewhere. He suggested that this was part of a deliberate effort to sabotage investigations, potentially shielding politically connected individuals and criminal syndicates from scrutiny. This action, if true, underscores the alleged collusion and interference at senior levels of police, prosecution, and intelligence services. Immediate consequences. Minister of Police placed on leave. Following the allegations of collusion and interference, Senzo Mshunu was placed on immediate leave by President Cyril Ramaphosa. An acting minister was appointed to ensure continuity in the police ministry. Judicial Commission of Inquiry announced. The President announced the establishment of a Judicial Commission of Inquiry, chaired by Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga, to investigate the claims in full. The Commission is tasked with examining alleged collusion between senior police, prosecutors, intelligence officials, and organised crime syndicates. These actions signal the seriousness of the allegations and represent the first step toward accountability and restoration of public trust in South Africa's policing and justice system. Key witnesses and officials. Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Role: KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner. Significance: first witness to testify, presented the explosive allegations of collusion, interference, and removal of 121 case dockets from the Political Killings Task Team PKTT. General Fannie Masemola. Role: National Commissioner of the South African Police Service (SAPS). Significance: provided later testimony regarding the operational aspects of police investigations and responded to allegations of interference and collusion at the national level. Lt-Gen Dumisani Khumalo. Role: Head of Crime Intelligence. Significance: testified about the influence of organised crime, specifically the so-called Big Five Syndicate, on policing, prosecutions, and intelligence operations. The Big Five cartel. Alleged role: a powerful organised crime syndicate influencing multiple sectors in South Africa, criminal activities linked to the syndicate, drug trafficking, vehicle hijackings, tender and contract fraud, contract killings. Connection to the Commission. Lt-Gen Dumisani Khumalo, Head of Crime Intelligence, testified about the cartel's reach into policing, prosecutions, and intelligence operations, highlighting potential collusion with senior officials. The Madlanga Commission represents a critical test for South Africa's justice system. With allegations of collusion between senior police, prosecutors, intelligence officials, and the notorious Big Five cartel, the inquiry seeks to uncover the truth behind political interference, organised crime, and the sabotage of investigations into politically motivated killings. The outcomes will have far-reaching consequences, restoring public trust, strengthening the state's ability to fight crime, and holding powerful actors accountable or, if ignored, deepening cynicism and weakening faith in law enforcement. How the Commission proceeds and implements its findings will determine whether South Africans can believe once again in a justice system that serves everyone equally. The eyes of the nation are on the Madlanga Commission, and its findings could reshape the future of justice in South Africa. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about South Africa's current affairs. Your support helps us keep bringing you the truth behind the headlines.